just become a manager. Congratulations. You've officially entered the part of your career where your success no longer depends on just you being good at your job. It depends on how well you help, inspire, and help others to be good at theirs. When I first became a manager, I thought it was all going to be about strategy and big decisions and motivating pep talks. In reality, I spent my first week Googling how to do one-on-ones, wondering how I could inspire, promote, and encourage. I remember thinking, I really have no idea what I'm doing. And I'm sure if you've thought this, then trust me, you are in excellent company. If that sounds familiar, then let's dive in. I'm Rebecca Wilson for Grab for the Grail, and today we're breaking down the things I wish I knew as a first-time manager. We will explore tips, tricks, and small mindset shifts that can set you up for success in leading your team before you even realize what you're doing. By the end of this, you'll not only feel more confident, but you'll have a few manager tricks up your sleeve that'll make you look like you've been leading teams for years. Here's the first lesson. You aren't a task manager. You're a people manager. That means your job as their leader isn't to make sure every checkbox gets ticked. It's to make sure your team can tick those boxes efficiently and confidently without wanting to throw their laptops out the window. They feel empowered to go get it. Your title might not have changed, but your main tool is no longer your keyboard or an Excel sheet. It's your conversations. People management is about communicating guidance, encouragement, and helping your team become the best version of themselves. The best managers don't say, do this. They say, how can I help you do this better? If your team only does good work when you're watching, you're not managing, you're babysitting. And no one wants a career in corporate babysitting. So, here's your new mantra. My team's success is my success. That means you need to focus on setting clear expectations, giving feedback early, and removing obstacles, not doing the work yourself. And this can be hard, especially if you're going from being an individual contributor to a people leader, knowing when to delegate and when to roll up your sleeves. Next, let's talk about one-on-ones, the single most underrated part of management. One-on-ones are where the real management happens. It's where you build trust, catch problems before they blow up, and actually get to know your people. A one-on-one should operate in the cone of silence and be a space for frank, confidential conversations. Don't make your one-on-ones about projects. Make them about people. Ask questions like, what's something that's been frustrating you lately? What do you need from me this week to make your job easier? Where do you want to grow this year? Write those down. Those 3 questions alone can turn you from a good manager into someone people actually want to work for. I always lead mine with asking them, what do you have for me? Reminding them that this is their time and not my time to pile on more items. Also, always take notes, not because you're grading them, and keep it limited to non-confidential items. This is simply a note to circle back later as a reminder to check in. So when you say, hey, last month you mentioned wanting to improve your presentation skills, how's that going? They realize you actually listen and you don't end up losing track in the chaos of the day-to-day work and forget to check back. That right there builds loyalty. Now let's talk about performance reviews. The first time I had to do one, I was terrified. I over-prepared like it was a courtroom case, and my dad was an attorney, so I know a lot about how that goes. Now, let's step back from that approach. Performance reviews shouldn't be a surprise party. If your employee is shocked by what you say in a review, something went wrong months ago. The best way to make reviews easy, treat them as a summary of ongoing conversations. Feedback shouldn't live in a folder. It should live in your day-to-day interactions. Then When someone does something great, make sure you tell them right away. When something needs improvement, coach them early. That way, when review season comes, you're not nervously digging through emails trying to remember what happened in February. You're just connecting the dots of conversations you've already had. Many managers will say to use the feedback sandwich. I personally don't find this to be effective, and everyone knows it's coming. Going from saying something nice to something bad to something nice again, it really makes you sound scripted. Instead, go for radical candor. Clear, kind, and honest. People will respect that more than sugarcoating and always find ways to challenge themselves to continue to grow and develop. If you've seen my video on leading teams, you will know what I mean about tailoring their growth and development journey. Here's another major mistake a new manager can make. The step aside and let me do it. Don't do this. It's a trap. True, it's faster in the moment. But every time you do that, you teach your team not to learn or to trust their own instincts. And you'll be stuck picking up the bag every time. Instead of being the hero, be the coach. Ask guiding questions like, what do you think went wrong? What do you think you could try differently next time? When your people come to you with a problem, your job isn't to hand them the answer, it's to help them find it. That's how you build problem solvers and not just followers. And the more ownership that they feel, the stronger your team becomes, and the less you'll have to constantly put out fires. Seriously, management isn't just about strategy, KPIs, and quarterly goals. It is about humans. Your people are going to have bad days, and they're going to have wins that no one else notices. They're going to need to feel like their work actually matters. Never underestimate the power of a simple, hey, I saw what you did there, and great job. Because here's the secret. People don't leave bad jobs. They leave bad managers. Be the kind of manager who listens more than they talk, who gives credit freely and takes blame quietly, who actually cares. I know it sounds soft, but that's how you build teams that perform like rock stars, the very essence of the high-performing team. Remember, though, every great manager started exactly where you are, figuring it out just one conversation at a time. Focus on people, stay curious, and be the kind of leader that you wish you had. And I promise that one day someone on your team will pull you aside and say, you were the best manager I've ever had. And that's the real win. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more leadership tips, and drop a comment telling me one thing you wish someone had told you before you became a manager. Because we're all learning. And trust me, the best managers never stop. Lead well, lead with heart, and I'll see you next time.